Okay. So today we will start with Fairyland, chapter 1 in your literature books. Okay. Now, see who is the poet of this particular poem?
Ma'am, Rabindranath Tagore.
Rabindranath Tagore.
Rabindranath Tagore.
All
Ma'am,
right.
Rabindranath Tagore.
Okay. And I presume that all of you might be knowing something or the other about Rabindranath Tagore. He's a very famous personality in India. All right.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
why don't you people tell me something about Rabindranath Tagore?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Tell.
Ma'am, ma'am, Rabindranath Tagore ji wrote the national anthem of India.
Yes, very
He's
good.
a great poet.
Okay.
He's a great poet. He has written many poems, many anthems on in different languages.
Okay.
And
All right. Let someone else also speak. Okay, you told enough.
Ma'am, Iram.
Yes, Iram.
Ma'am, Iram. Ma'am, Rabindranath Tagore is a famous personality. He wrote many poems and he wrote national anthem for Bangladesh and as well as India also. And he got the Nobel Prize for Gitanjali in 1913 for literature.
Okay, yes. So he got the Nobel Prize in Literature for
Ma'am,
Gitanjali.
Ma'am, Yana Agarwal.
Okay, yes, Ahana.
Ma'am, Rabindranath Tagore was a great personality. He born in 1914 in Bengal, and he was a Bengali. And he's a great poet. He wrote national anthem and as well as national song for India and national anthem for India as well as Bangladesh and Sri Lanka.
All right. Okay. Tell me, he is also known by another name. People lovingly call him that.
Ma'am Gurudev. Ma'am
Yes,
Gurudev.
right. Gurudev.
Ma'am
Okay.
Gurudev.
So
Ma'am
Rabindranath
Gurudev.
Tagore, he was a
Ma'am
poet.
Gurudev. Ma'am
Yes.
Gurudev.
All right. Okay. So he was a poet. He was a songwriter. He wrote also. Then he wrote stories also. He wrote dramas. So he was a dramatist. He was a philosopher as well as an he was also an educator. And we already got to know that in 1913 he got the Nobel Prize for Gitanjali, and he wrote over 1000 poems, 8 volumes of short stories, almost 2 dozen plays and playlets, means small plays, and novels, and many books and essays on philosophy, religion, education, and social topics. And he was also composed, my god, 2000, more than 2000 songs, means not only the lyrics but the music also of those songs. So he was a real great personality, and he was fondly called as Gurudev. So we have this poem today, so let's start. All right. So why don't someone in the class read out this poem for me?
Ma'am, can I Prakash Ma'am, Iram. Ma'am, Prakash Vastu.
Okay. Prakhar, read this page, the first page.
Yamara. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, if people came to know where my king's palace is, it would vanish into the air. The walls are of white silver and the roof of shining gold. The queen lives in a palace with 7 courtyards, and she wears a jewel that cost all the wealth of 7 kingdoms. But let me tell you, mother, in a whisper, where my king's palace is.
All right. Yes. Continue, Mahira.
Ma'am, Iram. Ma'am, Iram.
Okay, Ram, you continue.
It it is at the corner of our terrace where the pot of the tulsi plant stands. The princess lies sleeping on the faraway shore of the 7 impassable seas. There is none in the world who can find her but myself. She has bracelets on her arms and pearl drops in her ears. Her hair sweeps down upon the floor. She will wake when I touch her with my magic wand, and jewels will fall from her lips when she smiles. But let me whisper in your ear, mother, she is there in the corner of our terrace where the pot of the tulsi plant stands.
All right.
When
Someone
it is
else will
time
say.
for you,
Yes, Ram. Yes, someone else.
Karthik.
Okay, Karthik.
Mama, Mama,
Yes, Karthik. Who's Karthik? Okay, you
Yes,
also
ma'am.
say it. Yeah, Karthik, come on.
Yes, ma'am. When it is time for you to go to the river for your bath, step up to to that terrace on the roof and sit in the corner where the shadow of the walls meet together. Only Puss is allowed to come with me, for she knows where the barber in the story lives. But let me whisper, mother, in your ear, where the barber in the story lives. It is at the corner of the terrace where the pot of tulsi plant stands.
Okay.
Ma'am, Krishi Vastav.
All right. Beta, for today that is enough. We will continue that tomorrow. Okay. So fairyland. Now what is a fairyland? So obviously it is an imaginary land and a land that we think is full of fairies and all that. And it is like fairyland is an ideal place, and though it is ideal, but it does not really exist, it is only imaginary. And here is a poem about a child and what he has created in his own fairyland. According to our minds, we have our own concepts and what we want to be there in our fairyland, because for all of us the ideal world would be a little different from the others. So let's see, according to this child, what his fairyland looks like. Okay, so let's see what he says. He says that if people came to know where my king's palace is, it would vanish into the air. So what he says, that if I tell people, or if people will come to know that where the king's palace is, it will vanish, means it will disappear into the air. Why? Because it is not real. It is just imaginary. It is in his thoughts. It is in his mind. And that is why, he is saying that if he will tell others about it, then they will not find it. Why will they not find it? Because it exists only in his thoughts. And let's see what he says about the palace. That the walls of the palace are made up of white silver, and the roof of the palace is made up of shining gold. Then he continues and he says that the queen, she lives in a palace which has 7 courtyards, and she wears the jewel, means the jewels that she wears in her crown, now that cost all the wealth of 7 kingdoms. Means if we imagine that we are having 7 kingdoms, and if all the wealth of the 7 kingdoms was taken, then you will be able to buy such a precious jewel. So the jewel in her crown was very precious. But then the boy, he goes to his mother and says, but let me tell you, mother. And then he says, in a whisper I will tell you. I will not talk about it loudly because others may hear it. So I will tell you in a whisper where my king's palace is. And then what he says, where the palace of the king is, that it is in the corner of a terrace where the pot of the tulsi plant stands. So he says that where the palace of the king and the queen is, it is on their terrace, and on the corner of the terrace there is a pot of tulsi plant, and he says that it is there where the pot of the tulsi plant is, there is the king's palace. So what it all means, it basically means, obviously on their terrace where the tulsi plant is, obviously there cannot be a real palace. So it is all in his imagination, that he goes to the terrace and he sits there and he imagines that there is a big palace there, and how the palace looks like, what the queen looks like, and everything that is in his imagination. Then he says, the princess, she is sleeping on a faraway shore of the 7 impassable seas. Impassable, see, the meaning of impassable, means it is so far that it is impossible to travel there. So what he is saying is that the princess, she is sleeping very far away on the shore of seven impassable seas, means you cannot go there on the shore of the sea. She is sleeping. And he's saying that, but there's one thing about that, that no one can find the princess but only this boy. Now again, why only this boy can find the princess and no one else? Can anyone tell me?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
because she was
because
princess
ma'am, because
One by one, one by one, one by one. Yes.
Ma'am, because
I'm not able to understand a thing. Go one by one.
because she
Okay, wait. Yes. Prakhar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, because ma'am, he can only see it because it is in his imagination.
All right.
The fairyland, it is in imagination.
Yes, okay, good. So, only he can find the princess. Why? Because the princess exists only in his imagination. She, in reality, does not exist. So, obviously, he only knows where the palace is and he only knows where the princess is. And so he tells a little bit more about the princess, and he says that she has bracelets on her arms and she has pearl, means earrings, ear studs made of pearls in her ears, and her hair is so long that it sweeps on the floor, means when she walks, so her hair, it sweeps on the floor, it touches the floor. So the length of her hair is so long. She has got very long, beautiful hair. And he says that now the princess is sleeping, but when will she wake up? She will only wake up when I will touch her with my magic wand. The magicians, they have a stick in their hand. It is called as a magic wand. Yes, have you ever seen that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
that the princess is sleeping, but she will only wake up when I will touch her with that magic wand. So when I will touch her, then she will rise up, and jewels will form from lips when she smiles. And what he wants to say, that the princess is so beautiful and her smile is also so beautiful that when she will smile, it will appear that jewels are falling, precious stones are falling from her lips. And then again he tells her mother, so he goes about telling all this, and then he says, but let me tell you, mother, in a whisper, that she is where the princess is, that she is at the corner of the terrace where the pot of tulsi plant stands. And then he continues and says that when it is time for you to go to the river for your bath, step up to the terrace to the roof. And then he tells his mother that when you will be going out to the river to take your bath, then you come on the terrace also, that is on the roof. And he says that I sit in the corner where the shadow of the walls meet together. Where two walls meet together, you have a corner, and if you sit there, there'll be shadow over you. So what he says, that you come there when you go for your bath, but I will sit there in the corner where the two walls meet. And he says that, mother, only pus, means only pussy, or only the cat, she is allowed to come with me. No one else can come with the little boy. Why? Because only the pussy cat knows where the barber in the story lives. And then again he says to his mother, but let me tell you, mother, where the barber in the story lives. And where the barber lives, obviously where all the other live, where the palace of the king is, where it is. It is in the corner of the terrace where the pot of tulsi plant stands. So this poem, it tells us that how simple we are as we are when we are children, and our imagination, everything, it is so simple. And the boy, he makes up this whole fairyland, imaginary land. But he goes on the terrace of the roof, and there he sits, and there he imagines that there where the pot of the tulsi plant is, there the king palace is, and the queen is also there, and the princess is also there, and everything. So it simply tells us about the imagination of a little child as to what, according to him, is his fairyland. Okay. So have you all been able to understand? Any confusion, anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
All right. So